In a world sometimes filled with negativity and bullying, today we are going to learn how to succeed with kindness. Success coach Kemy Joseph joins me to teach us just that. Hey, Kemy.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
No, thank you for coming, especially because I'm so used to hearing kill 'em with kindness.
There's actually a song by Selena Gomez that's like kill 'em with kindness. I want to do heal 'em with kindness.
Oh.
So I think we need to change up how we're looking at kindness, and instead of using weapons in this fighting, that we can actually bring in more people and help heal those broken hearts.
Okay, well, I like the way you think. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does it mean to succeed with kindness?
When I think about succeeding with kindness, I think about going after our goals and those big dreams that we have, the ones that wake us up, and doing it in a way that allow us to take care of ourselves and to take care of other people. So we're uplifting our community, we're uplifting individuals, so we can succeed while other people are also succeeding.
It's so funny you talk about this, because just yesterday we had a guest on the show and we were talking about how people drag other people down sometimes, especially in these high-octane industries, because, you know, we're taught to be aggressive and go after it
be the best.
Do whatever it takes, you know, and sometimes whatever it takes is not kindness.
Exactly, and that's why the idea of looking at this the competitive society we live in, and how can we actually bring folks up along with us. You know, there's stories that we're seeing around the world that people are actually being able to have more success and longer term success. Because when you think about those people who are pushing you down, that vengeance, right, you really want it, and then it keeps that cycle going. So instead we have to look at how we can support one another, knowing that there's enough opportunities for all of us to succeed if we're willing to help each other out.
So how do we rewire our brains then to get there?
Well, there's a couple different ways. I think it's the mindset, right? As you say, rewiring our brain. I think the metaphor of a treasure hunter versus a trash collector. A trash collector is someone who's always competing. They always see their victories as not enough because they're comparing it to someone else. Whereas a treasure hunter, they just see life full of abundance. They see life full of these blessings and these magical moments. They see every opportunity as a way to grow. And you mentioned in this kind of competitive industry, I think about the idea of pursuing a job, right? Oftentimes there's one position and there's like hundreds of people applying for it. A treasure hunter, if they don't even get the job, they say, how is this an opportunity for me to grow? What is this to teach me? A trash collector is someone who's like, oh, something's wrong with me, something's wrong with those people, and they just keep thinking in this negative way. So we have to shift our mindset to looking at what's happening and the positive pieces and looking at those little treasures to kind of keep us going.
As I'm listening to you, I can't help but think back to, I mean, our current climate, even in politics. I mean, I'm not going to talk politics. I'm not going to ask you anything about that. But it's just another example of how it seems like those who want to step on other people or don't mind, maybe they don't want to step on other people, but don't mind. Some people do, seem to get ahead and are deemed successful in society. Do you think that we need to change what we look at as success in our society?
Absolutely, especially with the advent of reality TV is exactly that, where people are on these competitions and it's who can be the meanest and the baddest, and then we're having little kids watch this and they're seeing that, oh, someone's up here because they're talking down about someone else. And we need to shift that as a society as a whole to be able to say success actually looks like people caring for one another, because then when it makes us feel better. Do you want someone on your show who's going to put you down or someone who's going to uplift you? I mean, just like those simple things. Who do you want in your house? Someone who's going to uplift you or someone who's going to tear you down because they want to succeed? It's just common sense, and I think that we're starting as a society to accept that. But those who are the powers that be are still kind of promoting this competition to keep us running around in that way. But we can shift that on an individual and a societal level.
So you mentioned who do you want in your home, which makes me think about being a parent. And so how can we help our children understand this concept? Because, you know, like we already discussed a million times already, like on the playground, everything's competitive. In the classroom, it's competitive. You know, it's who's going to be number one? Who's going to be number one? And we were just watching Charlie Brown. You know, and I think about Charlie Brown even, you know, poor Lucy is just constantly getting on Charlie Brown, right? But for some reason, he does seem to still rise up. And how can we teach that in our children?
I think it's an important piece you're talking about is seeing that those characters still rise up, and seeing that at the end of most of these shows, the good characters still come through. And so having time to talk with our kids, I said students, I like work in schools as well. Like, so having time to talk with them and like actually reflect about what was good about that? What would you have done in that situation? What was bad about that? And being able to reflect that back and then have that conversation so they can start drawing the connection, because oftentimes we start to tell them, oh, be good, and then they feel forced, and that doesn't feel kind to them either. So we have to have that empathy that they're learning just as much as we are. And if we sit and ask and talk with them, then they can actually think for themselves, and that's how they become stronger, more resilient people, especially in a negative world.
With kindness.
With kindness, yeah.
I love that part, because kindness is the key. Nobody wants, to feel bad, or hopefully nobody wants to make anybody else feel bad.
Yeah, that's why that self-care piece is huge, because even if we go out into the world and things are happening around us, like, what are we doing to help ourselves kind of stand back up and feel strong? And a lot of people will uplift us, right? I see that I've succeeded in a lot of ways because of other people who have helped me out. At the same time, I need to wake up every day and come and put on a positive mindset and go out to my day with a good attitude.
Absolutely. Well, you have certainly helped uplift me today.
Yeah, I wanted
so
to
thank
do
you
some
so
more
much
of that
for
by
coming.
giving you a gift.
Oh, look at that. He comes bearing presents. Oh, you are awesome.
Yeah,
thank you so
stickers
much.
for everybody here, so thank you. Thanks for the
wow. Thank you, Kemy.
succeeding with kindness.
See? I feel better already. For more information on Kemy and these tips, just head over to our website at KATU.com.